Hey guys, it's Pingu here with part 5 of the Dwarf Fortress tutorial. Just as my workers were about to clear around that area I designated, I got a wave of migrants. Now, the game will announce it at the bottom and it will pause for you. So first thing you want to do is unpause. Migrants will come any time of the year. It's really quite random. And it depends on a lot of factors, including your fortress's wealth, but generally they're a good sign because they bring much needed skill into the fortress. I've paused it before they get mingled up with the other dwarfs, but hit V to view units and hover over each of the dwarfs. Now, this guy's got a lot of traits. A lot of them we don't care about, so we hit C to toggle the combat traits and M to toggle the miscellaneous. Later on, combat will be useful when we want to make an army, and miscellaneous when we want to make some nobles. So we only care about labor, and this guy is a dyer because he's highest skill. He is a high master dyer, which is pretty good. But you can see he's some other skills as well. But by default, he will not have those enabled. He will not do any woodcutting or any siege engineering, both of which we may need. I was kind of mean because I built the butcher's workshop hoping you'd do the same, and if you're anything like me, your butcher's workshop will not be complete yet. It'll be sitting there in that incomplete state, and we will fix this once we go over the labors and the preferences. So we go to this guy, our guy. We want to make him a woodcutter because he's adequate, which is good enough. We do this by this menu down here. We're in general right now. But there's inventory, there's preferences, there's wounds, and there's status. So I for inventory. He's just got some clothes, nothing interesting here. He's got some, leather and silk stuff. People preferences, where we can set what labor he does and what work dogs he has assigned to him. We don't care about that for now. W for wounds. He's not hurt, so no surprise he has no wounds. It just lists off the parts of his body. And Z for status. Now hit enter for thoughts and preferences. And we get this wall of text. Now, this is all about this dwarf. It affects the game. It will, you'll actually see more as the dwarf spends more time in your fortress. And if you really, really care about making your dwarfs happy and getting the best out of everything, you can read these stats to see what this dwarf would be good or bad at doing. If you have a great amount of ability to focus a deal of patience, I have no idea how that would affect the game, but you'd be surprised. Dwarf Fortress is quite complex, and if you think it will help, go for it. Hit R for relationships, and right now he doesn't have anything. He just has a deity that he cares about, but some dwarfs will come in with wives and get married and whatnot. And Y to customize if you want to change him up, so you don't want him to be Psylop or whatever stupid name he has. But we care about making him cut this wood that we've got. Cut that wood. Hit P for preferences and L for labor. We don't have any dogs yet, so we don't mind that. And we get this this menu of labors you could do. By default, all peasant dwarfs and all dwarfs in general will have a few things enabled. One under healthcare, or two under healthcare, all the hauling, and one under other jobs. So for healthcare, they feed any patients or prisoners and recover any wounded. They do all the hauling, they'll just move any items that need to be moved. And other jobs, they do some cleaning, they'll clean blood off the ground and the walls. And you see this guy's also got dyeing set because he's a dyer. But if we go back to general again, he is a woodcutter and a siege engineer, but we just care about the wood right now. I don't think we'll have any sort of siege units until a bit later. But go into woodworking and hit enter on woodcutting. And now that will tell him that if there's any woodcutting that needs to be done, which there probably isn't because I haven't designated any more trees. I should do that now, actually, just to see if he actually does end up cutting the trees immediately. He will go do it. I could look at all the other dwarfs, but I don't have the time for it. Looks like we have a few lye makers and some masons, which is good. Mason's good. But for now, just resume the game and let them huddle around and do whatever they want. So they will. The meeting hall is the wagon by default, and that's why we spent all this time carving out a new meeting hall, so we don't have to have them wait outside like this. We have a dead raccoon down here, can actually, I believe, there we go. So if you hit R to view reports, it will show you any sort of fighting that's gone on. So we see the raccoon is fighting, hit enter to view the report, and it will break down all the combat details. It looks like the stray dog that we have actually killed this raccoon, and you get this nice breakdown of the whole combat, and the lower body's ripped away and remains in the stray dog's grip. Wow, that's it's a kind of scary, but you can see everything that goes on in terms of combat from that reports menu. A few things: we need to patch up this hole. We need to finish digging out these areas, but we've already got these bedrooms done. So let's do that quickly. Hit B for build, and then B again for bed, and build the bed anywhere. Now I made these rooms 3x3, but as you can probably see, you can get away with even 2x1, so long as you can put a bed in there. You can make it a room, but the fancier your beds are, the better. Down here, we see most of the workshop's done. We still have this butcher's workshop that has not had any construction, and will probably not have any construction unless we redeem that. Now, workshops in that case that one needs butchery or small animal dissection before it will be even built, because the dwarfs will not build anything that they do not need. So we hit V, and we will find a dwarf. Say there's novice lye maker, because he doesn't look like he does much else. He's got a few miscellaneous, but they're not even that good. Like, he can walk in crutches, awesome. But we will go hit P, and then L for labor, and find butchery. It is under farming for whatever reason, and hit enter to enable it. And just like that, even though he has no skill points in butchering, he will go and do it because we have tasked him off. Of course, these skill levels do have effects on how well the dwarfs end up doing their tasks, because the better they are, the higher the quality, or just in general, the faster they do it. Sometimes there are things that can't have quality, but you see this dwarf is already using our bed, but we want to designate this as a bedroom. It's if you build a bed anywhere, the dwarfs will use it. But as a bedroom, we can hit Q to go over bed, and then R to make bedroom. And we have the size of the room. You size the room with plus or minus, and we can size it. But you see, as we make it, it keeps flowing outside. We could get away with just making the bedroom this size, and it will work, because you only care about the light blue squares. But we should really make a door. Build doors down there, and that will stop the flow at the door, so we don't have to worry about it. Now the butcher shop is complete. I should have mentioned that a bit earlier before being a dick and building the butcher's workshop first. But I will go on to the next part, and this will be mined out, and we can make our meeting hall as soon as possible. And I guess that's all. I'll quickly make the bedroom first, but you'll see how you hit plus and it won't actually expand any further. I'm hitting plus right now. Make it, and just for now, leave it to nobody. We'll just keep it there as a free bedroom. And that's all. See you in part 6.